What's cracking, peeps? Your boy T Money here, Saturday morning. You know, I wasn't intending on doing a video this morning, but I was up till like 3 in the morning last night watching a movie, and it just resonated with me. So I wanted to talk about it while it was kind of fresh in my mind, and also I don't normally do this kind of video, so when I do watch a movie that I really enjoy, yeah, I think I might start talking about it a little bit more, because the only time I ever really review anything is on Body Bags once a week. So if you guys enjoy this type of video, let me know in the comments and do more about it in the future. It's not often that I find a movie that that really resonates with me the next morning to the point where I want to talk about it. So I think this movie was special in that sense. And the film that I am referring to is a new one from Scream Factory and IFC. Not sure if it's officially out yet. I think I ordered this from either eBay or Scream Factory, so it might be a little early, like a week or so. I'm not sure though, so it could be out. But it'll be out very soon nonetheless. It's a film from, I'm trying to figure it out. I think it was filmed in 2015, but it was released, or is going to be released very soon, by Scream Factory and IFC together, in conjunction with each other. Yes, Scream Factory in conjunction with IFC. But it was great. It's basically about a family, cool family. It's almost like the movie starts out with Ethan Embry's character. He plays the father in this small little family. It's a father, mother, and daughter, and they're a cool American family, not your typical, you know, Pops is a lawyer, Mom's is a teacher. Well, it's funny because I think the wife is a teacher in the film. I'm not sure, they don't really, but they make it known that she has some sort of business job where she has to, and she's the one kind of bringing in the bread for the family. But the father is an artist, and he's all tatted up and metalhead, and like kind of like an ex-metalhead, like pretty cool. Like I could relate in life knowing people that have kind of grown up, you know, were metalheads as children, kind of grew up out of it, but they still have that love and that passion. And it's clearly displayed here by Ethan Embry's character, because he says he's commissioned to do a butterfly painting for a mural for a building or something, a hospital, and he just talks about how much he hates doing it, but he's got to do it for the money. He would rather do like Antichrist signs and stuff like that, I guess. Well, maybe not, but so the plot is that the three of them move into this house. They get a line on this house, a really good deal. Of course, the history is it's a lot like Amityville Horror, in the sense that there's murders that took place in the house. So, and this has been done a bunch of times before. So legally, the real estate agent has to tell them, you know, that what happened, and they decide anyway to go ahead and purchase the house because it's such a good deal, and it's got an amazing studio for Ethan Embry's character. I forget his name. Jesse, he's an artist, to do his stuff in the spare warehouse they have there. So it's just too good to be true type thing. And sure enough, the character who's featured on the front here is an amazing character. He plays this kind of mentally disturbed man that lived in the house with his family prior to the murders that took place, forcing him to leave and then return to the house because he's drawn to it. Because essentially what you've got the devil possessing this house, gets into the heads of the people that live in it, typically the males. Amityville Horror. Oh, excuse me, guys. Bad cough. So it reminded me a lot of that, but so while they're living in the house, they're approached by this strange man who lets them know that he's returning. He needed to come home, and they're like, "Well, sorry, dude, you don't live here anymore. I'm sorry for what happened, but you got to go." Long story short, this man starts coming around more and more and stalking the little girl. Because I don't want to spoil the film, but basically because the devil is telling him to do things to children, and so he's basically just like sick in the head. But I think they're possession comes into it as well, because clearly there are voices that are being heard by the males in this house, telling Ethan to draw these grotesque and morbid pictures, and telling this other guy to kill little kids, I guess, and go nuts. But just a really good film. The only problem that I had with it, well, not problem, but it was actually really cool. It was, some scenes were very predictable. I almost felt like I had like this, what do you call it? Not sixth sense, but this like of things to come. Is that a premonition of things to come? There's the scene where he drops his daughter off, I think, at this school, and he's sitting in the car, and I'm like, his phone's gonna ring right now, and it's gonna be an agent telling him that they looked over the artwork, and at first they said no, but now that you brought this work that you were summoned through the demons to create, and now we love it. And so, of course, the high-class art dealer wants to get this guy to draw more, and it echoes a lot of familiar storylines from other films in the past, but it creates its own, and it's I don't want to say unique, but it's just a fresh take on the subgenre of horror film for sure. But yeah, so I predicted it. I was like, the phone's gonna ring right now, and it literally did. Like, the phone rang, and it was the agent. It was just like, I guess, the perfect time, because it was at the point where you're like, well, whatever happened to that side plot, pretty much, like, where did that go? And so I guess it was time, and here I am thinking I'm all psychic, when really, I don't think it was anything special, but it was cool. I was like, I know that's gonna happen right now. And it happened in another part of the film, too, at the end. But I guess you could say that the formula's kind of typical in the sense that a lot of these things, it's predictable. You could sense the direction the film was going to go in a lot of ways, like the ending, for example, traditional Hollywood ending, possession Hollywood ending, kind of, I guess. I don't know, but I really liked the film. I thought it was fresh, and it was just cool. Like, I really liked the film. The what do you call it? Cinematography was great. Some of the shots were like the intro scenes where he's painting on the oil canvas, and you can just see like the gobs of oil. It's a very well shot, well written little story here, and the characters were great in it. This fat guy who plays the deranged, I think his name might be Pruitt Taylor Vince, not sure, but yeah, and Ethan Embry's awesome too, because when I first saw him, you know, I remember Ethan Embry, his first character. The first time I saw Ethan Embry in a role was in Masters of Horror, Incident on and Off a Mountain Road, where he played like the military, short-haired, this is how you make a knife type guy, like teaching his wife how to survive in the woods and sort of deal. And then you see him here with like super fucking long hair, looking like Jesus Christ on acid. No, I don't know. But just like super, what do you call it? Metal-headed out, tats and greasy hair and paint all over his body. Like, he just looks like a greasy metalhead. And also, the soundtrack's cool. You got Metallica, From Whom the Bell Tolls is the closing credit song. Not to spoil everything, but and then Sunno, that weird industrial metal band. I think they're industrial metal. They do a song in this, so it's a cool metal cast for a metal movie. And I just liked it a lot. I enjoyed the film, so I highly recommend this one, The Devil's Candy. It's good. It's good, man. Watch it. Just fucking watch it. As Horaceball says, just fucking watch it or buy it. Whatever you got to do to see this, do it, because it was really good. And I know I'm not like the first guy to review this or talk about this film. I actually had to wait for this to come out. People were seeing this a while ago. I remember Absolute Sublime was talking about it, and you know, just people had access to it way before me. I had to wait for this release to come out, so little late, but I loved it. So yes, glad I threw this in. I was like debating whether or not I was going to watch this last night because it was getting really late, and I had just finished another movie. I forget what it is now because I have a bad memory, but obviously this is the one that really resonated with me. So yeah, check it out, guys. Devil's Candy from 2017, either released now or will be within like the next week or two. So all right, yeah. And what I was going to say about Ethan Embry is this film just shows how versatile he can be as an actor. from the metalhead to the military lieutenant guy. I mean, you know, it was just cool. And I would have never known it was him until I saw his name. I knew the face. I was like, I know that face, but I didn't put two and two together until I saw his name. And then I was like, of course. So check it out, guys. Devil's Candy 2017. Peace out.